Hello there everybody, and a very warm welcome to this video today. As you can see, we are in the American Airlines Boeing 777-200 today, and we are flying from Cancun to Miami in America, over in the States. Don't really do much flying across the Atlantic, but this did catch my eye. The FSIMSTUDIOS new Cancun scenery has been released, so I thought why not get down to Cancun and get a video out there on the channel regarding this. So what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to take a little bit of information about the flights, where we're going, cruise altitude, flight times, etc, etc. So we're going to head over to, I'm going to look at my flight planning software, and what I'm going to look at here is the flight to Miami today here from Cancun. Obviously 777-200, it's quite a short flight for a 777-200, looking at about an hour, and we're cruising at 41,000 feet. Not very heavy, obviously. All the fuel has been done, all the zero fuel weights and all the load sheets have been completed perfectly. So we're going to get to the flight deck, we're going to start setting up, and we're going to go from there. So 777 flight deck today, we are going to do the following. Come down to the FMC on my side, and what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into the FMC. Ignore the nav data out of date. That was updated. That should be it's the newest air act. For some reason there it says that it's out of date, but it's not. What we're going to do is we're going to obviously start setting up the aircraft today. So we're on the ground here at Cancun, Mike Uniform November, and we are putting that in like so, and the IRSs will align. The Mike Uniform November to Miami, which is Kilo Mike India Alpha, and our flight number today is American. The flight number today is, when it wants to load, and it will load eventually. There we go, it's better. The American 1321, so it is American 1321. Oh, it didn't like that, did it? American 1321, and that going like so. Okay, so we're going to go to departing out of Cancun today. We are departing on what I believe is, the weather is favouring the runway 12, so it's a 12 right departure. I'm just trying to think in my head what's what. So it's a 12 right departure, and according to our flight planning software, the departing today on a Nuki 1 Alpha, which is there, a Nuka 1 Alpha, and route next page. So Nuka 1 Alpha, and then it is Upper Gulf 765 to Maxim, so Upper Gulf 175. That was incorrect, it's Upper Gulf 765, my apologies, Upper Gulf 765, or UG Uniform Golf 765, to Maxim, Mike Alpha X-Ray India Mike, so Mike Alpha X-Ray India Mike. And then you're looking for direct to Echo Yankee Whiskey, so direct to Echo Yankee Whiskey, and then we're looking at a Davil free arrival into Miami for runway 27 today. So activate that, execute departure, index arrivals, ILS 27, and it is the, what was the arrival I said? The Davil free. There we go, Davil free, that transition in like so, execute that perfectly like so. Brilliant. In your reference page, the zero fuel weight is already loaded, 182.8. Reserve today of 1.78, which will go 1.8, and we're cruising at 41,000 feet straight away. Cost index is 45. Thrust limitations, now we are hella light, so nice and derated today. We're only be using 58 degrees, which is a 90 degree M1, and that's a climb 2 rate, so they're quite a slow climb out of here, but that's nothing to worry about. Like I say, we are incredibly light, a flat 5 departure with a trim of 3.25 and a V2 at 146, so that's absolutely nothing, to be brutally honest. So that's as the FMC basically set up. I am just going to put the V2 speeding like so, 146, departing on runway 12. Like so, and after departure it's climb 14,000. And what I'm going to do, overhead panel is all okay, arm the emergency lights. I'm going to just go through the the flows and checklists in just a second. So get the checklist up. Pre-flight checklist: oxygen tested 100%. Oxygen tested 100%. Flight instruments are as required, and the parking brake needs to be set. Parking brake is set. Pre-flight checklist complete. Normal. Before start checklist is the next checklist. That's perfectly okay. So there we have it. So technically we're actually all ready to go. We're just going to set up some rings for Cancun. 240 at 5. 120 at 10. And we'll also have a 15-mile ring, and we'll also do Miami while we're here now. They've just started the boarding as well, so Miami landing 27s, it'll be 090 to get that line for the ILS, and then we're going to look at 10 miles, and then we'll go for a 15-mile ring as well. There we go, so that's the fixed ring set up. Progress for landing in Cancun, landing in Miami with 7.4 tons, which is a little bit heavy, but that's obviously potentially going to change. There's not really much else for myself to say, to be honest, everyone. It's just more of a case now waiting for the boarding to complete. Quite a short flight, obviously, this, and it's mainly to get everyone a look at the new Cancun scenery, which we will have a little bit of a look at when we start taxiing out. So that's it for now. We will be back very shortly. Okay then, so the pushback procedure is about to commence. The packs can come off, the hydraulic pumps can come on. All the other required fuel pumps are now coming on as well.
We're ready for pushback.
Trim set at 3.25, we'll just set that now. Trim 3.25 set. Taxi and takeoff briefing. Oh god. A taxi and takeoff briefing. A taxi into the holding point today. 12 right. Yes, taxi's runway 12 right, and takeoff briefing. It's pretty simple. V1 rotate. Then it's the usual. If you reject, a rule call reject, and we'll come to a full stop on the runway. Blah blah blah. We're not going to go into too much detail on that briefing. Okay, so before takeoff checklist, anti-ice is off. The recall is. Oh no. Don't need to do the before taxi checklist just yet. My apologies. The recall is fine. That's perfect. So we will now start engine number 2, and we'll go for the fuel, and in fact no, we'll have engines on the lower display there. So we're N2 rising about 18, give it some fuel. The scenery is absolutely lovely. That's number 2 with the starter cut off. And we'll now start number 1. Give number 1 some fuel. And number 1 will stabilise in just a second, and we'll get the starter cut out. There's the starter cut out. Wait for the parking brake to be set, and then we can start the checklist for before taxi. In fact, we'll start it now. Anti-ice is fine, recall cleared, flight controls, we'll do that in just a second. Well, I mean, this is a bit dramatic, isn't it? There you go, set the parking brake. Flight controls, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, rudder, full left, full right. Perfectos. That's the wind there, controlling the rudder, a bit of a kick. That's fine. Flight controls are checked, and the ground equipment, stand by for the ground equipment. Yes, I know the packs are off, there's no need to worry about that. Packs can now come on, then we'll turn them on to shut that up.
Unlocking gear.
Unlocking the gear, and then we should be...
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass has been removed.
Okay, set flat 5 for takeoff. Ground equipment is clear before taxi jet is complete.
Ride is clear.
And we'll now turn the TGAS to TA only. APU can come off. Brilliant, now gone. So taxi lights come on. Release the parking brake, slowly increase the throttle. Get a nice little look around at the scenery as well when we're taxiing out. This new FSIM World, I think, scenery. I will link it in the description. I purchased this from, yes, from Sim Market. Sim Market, I believe. It was Sim Market, yes. Take a left hit. And then it's all the way down to 1, 2 right, or 12 right. When you do a longer flight in the 777, in the flight sim, you can really feel the difference when taxiing it. This feels like it's taxiing really easily. That's something they do simulate quite well, is the sort of the weight and how it reflects the taxi. Cabin crew, thanks. Seats for departure, please. TGAS can come on now. No traffic around to just sort of to distract it anyway. Okay, before I take up checklist, flaps 5, set 5, indicating 5. That's fine, and that's it. Not the longest of taxis out, could have been a lot worse. That's cabin ready. Okay then, so we do need the whole length, obviously being a heavy aircraft. Being a 777, we will use the full length today. The frustrating thing is, I know this is really light and we could have gone off well, at Charlie 7 there, but it's a bit unrealistic, so. More gates down there. I would never do that. This is quite a big airport. I didn't realise quite how big this airport was. Okay, so we're coming down now. Strobes can come on, turn offs on the right and left, and centre nose landing lights can come on. Just looking at where we're going after departure, it literally is just straight out, isn't it? Bit of a left-hand turn at about 15 miles. Not even 15, about 12.5 miles. Okay, clear on the approach. Train my side and traffic my side. The FO can have terrain and traffic as well. Just coming onto the runway now. And we should be okay, so we'll do rolling on here. Looking for about 50%, waiting for it to stable out. Okay, that's stable. Toga. Speed alive. 80 knots. Ignore that, that's just my yoke. There you go. 100 knots. Apparently we're on a really derated climb here. V rotating there, looking for 15 degrees on the pitch. That's 10 degrees, and straight away following that flight director. Look at the climb rate we've got here. Positive rate of climb, gear up. That just shows really how light we are. Showing that climb rate there, it's absolutely incredible. Autopilot 1 can come on, flight level change and LNAV straight up to the flat 1 speed. We'll maintain the flat 1 speed just for now. Instantly we're going to have to go flat 1. That climb rate is absolutely incredible. Just shows how light we are. It's a bit of a look at the surrounding area that they've done as well, which is rather nice. I believe there is also a additional pack on its way out from this scenery developer who are doing the local area as well, but it's for free. Okay, so obviously there's no air traffic control online, so that's something that's quite important now to consider. We have left, now it's completely ourselves. We're straight up to flight level 410, to be honest. There's not really much else that I'm going to do, so it's straight to 250 on the speed, and we'll go to flaps up, and that should be the after takeoff checklist complete in just a second. And there we have it, flaps are up, after takeoff checklist complete when it goes green. On the greens, and that'll be it to allow our descent checklist. So we are going to go just like so. 41,000 is our cruise, so I'll recycle that. I'm going to click that once, and it will ignore all the restrictions that are, or that it said, Sorry, I'll start again. It will ignore all the restrictions that the departure has. Not really many in Cancun. Look at that water, it looks absolutely incredible. The sun is shining, it's very, very warm here in Mexico as well, and the weather in Miami is also rather nice at the time being. I will just quickly check the weather in Miami. Weather in Miami is 25 degrees as well, so absolutely lovely. So that's about it from me for now. There's our departure out of Cancun. Our next stop is Miami, so there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the brief scenery and sort of rough idea of what the scenery has to offer, and all that's left myself now to say is that we will see you for our top of descent. Hello there and welcome to our approach into Miami. So I'm just going to talk you through the sort of fundamentals on this approach, what's actually going on, what runway we're landing on. We're landing on runway 27, find that approach speed 137, we've got to set our minimums to 360, that's the minimums. Basically it's a little bit windy, but it's nothing that we can't deal with. We're a little bit high at the minute, but it's just self-vectoring ourselves in. We've got a few rings set up, and then when we get to sort of about 10,000 feet, we'll consider further descent down, and we'll then vector ourselves in for the ILS approach. We've got the speed breakout fully extended at the mode just to give us a little bit of help. We're only landing auto brake 1. It's a very, very light aircraft today. There's sort of not even really fully loaded. We're about half full and we've barely got any fuel on board. Saying that though, we are landing with 6.9 tons, so there is a little bit of fuel on board. There's the airport just there. But at the moment we're all okay. So we're just passing 13,000 with local QNH set 3017. Not really much else to sort of say really. It's a very sort of box standard flight, quite a quick one. Just obviously, like I say, mainly to get you all a rough idea of how. That's the approach checklist. Sorry, completed landing checklist is the next one. The next, the sort of aim behind this video is just to give you a little bit of an insight of what there is to offer in the new Cancun scenery. We'll get it down to 10,000 feet as quickly as possible, and we'll just bring that speed back as best we can now as well. It's completely idle on the power. We are a little bit high. So we're going to go to 10,000, then we're going to slow down to 230 knots, and then we'll at 10,000 feet we'll go flight level change, and we'll bring it down on flight level change. We are going to need that speed brake out as well, aren't we? Just to try and bleed off a little bit of speed as best we can. So there's 10,000 just approaching now. We'll recycle down to 7,000 on flight level change. 10,000 feet, the required lights can come on. Civil signs, give the cabin crew a quick ding, let them know that we're on the approach. The lights are as required, that's perfect, that's all we really need at the moment. Ignore that, that's just informing us that the speed brake is extended, which obviously we fully are aware that it is. It's really struggling to bleed this speed up for some reason. Kind of want to go straight down now to like 4,000 feet, but it is struggling. Got the speed brake out as well. Gonna probably need about 10 degrees to the right just to give ourselves a little bit extra time. Okay, so there's the 15-mile ring. We will have to make a left-hand turn very shortly. Hopefully leading ourselves enough time. 025 on that heading now. It is struggling a little bit, isn't it? We've got to vertical speed it. flight level change didn't like it, did it? For some reason. It should be alright just when we start getting some flaps out. So we are about 15 miles from the airport, or 15 nautical miles. It's a 15 mile fixed ring we've got on there, which just gives us a bit of a guidance. No glide yet either. We'll try and get another 200 feet on the vertical speed. Obviously with the vertical speed and the spoiler out, you really are sort of contradicting what you want the aircraft to do, but it is just holding that speed for us as best as it possibly can at the moment, so that's all we really needed to do. Right, 360 on the heading. And then all the way around 300, and we'll establish on 300. They're way below the, way above the glide path there, aren't we? Speed check flap 1. There's the glide coming alive, hit the 4 lock. We'll stay on vertical speeds of 4,000, and then we'll hit the approach, and it can go from there. We are coming incredibly fast here. We've only just managed to get the glide back, so we'll go flat 5. Right on the edge there on the speed. And we'll disengage your autopilot, and I'll go manually now. Okay, so on the speed brakes, 15, gear down. Yeah, that's fine, ignore the altitude alert. We are just getting that glide path back nicely. We're unable to get flat full because of the speed, which is at the moment our only issue. Cabin is ready. Start pitching it now, and hopefully we can start to bleed off a little bit at that speed. Right on the edge there for flap 20 as well, aren't we? To find that approach speed, and finally we can start bleeding off a little bit of speed. Wind's taking a bit of a change, so we've got Bit of a tailwind here, and we're just dropping a little. That's nothing too bad to worry about. Okay, now we're nice and stable. Decrease that speed a little bit more. That's the final approach speed there, 137. 2 red, 2 white at the mo.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums.
Continue. And here we go. 8 knots, bang on the nose, bang on the tail, sorry.
30. 20. 10.
Bit of a flare there, and we're down. Reverse screen. $60 knots, manual brakes, and cancel reverse. And auto brake 2 off. There we go then, welcome to Miami. Okay. Okay then, just turning on here. The flaps up. Okay, fire director's coming off. That's fine. APU is coming on as well. If you are interested, the landing rate was 176. So it was a little bit high on that approach, but we did manage to correct it. We are going to have to cross the runway here. It's clear on the right, clear on the left.
Approaching 30.
There we go, okay. Taxi lights off. Okay, there is no marshaller or docket system here, so we'll go to an exterior view. There we go. Brilliant. So, lose number 2, and we will lose number 1. And the bucket brake is set. Hydraulic panel to come off. Fuel pumps can come off, apart from the one for the APU. Fuel pumps are off. Shutdown checklist completed. Secure ADIRU, sorry, that comes off. The emergency lights are off and the packs are off. Lights are off and the packs come off as well. And the beacon light can also come off as well. There we go, brilliant. That checklist has been completed. So we'll go to the door panel. In fact, we'll go ground connections first, and we'll get all the required ground power units and stuff to the aircraft. And then we will request deboarding and go to the exterior view of the aircraft.